I was the finance guy, you're the marketing girl, yeah, but I wanted to always be an entrepreneur or be self-employed. The perspective is always that you have to know exactly what you want to do very early.
Thì em nghĩ ai thì sẽ muốn học cái ngành này.
Kinh doanh thương mại thì em nghĩ là mấy bạn có tư duy tốt và tầm nhìn rộng.
Sẽ phải có một cái thói quen đó là luôn phải cẩn thận và chính xác. Tại vì họ sẽ phải tiếp xúc rất nhiều số và sổ danh sách để kinh doanh. Và em nghĩ là mọi người sẽ kinh doanh một số mặt hàng nhỏ trước để lấy kinh nghiệm và sau đó có thể mở công ty nhỏ cho riêng, mở quán hay cái gì đó để tự kinh doanh.
Could you tell me what did you study in Germany?
I studied business administration in Germany at the University of Münster. It's near the Netherlands in the area of Düsseldorf, Dortmund.
How was like your decision process back then when you chose your major?
So it started pretty early in high school. So I wasn't one of the guys who didn't know what to choose, what major to choose or what to study after high school. For me, it was pretty clear that I wanted to do business administration and that I want to have a certain freedom after studying what I did. And I thought with business administration I have the most freedom what I want to do after university. But I've got interest before already through the stock market basically and finance. I started trading on the stock market and buying shares and interesting myself in business news already in high school before.
How was it in general? Was it a good choice, do you think?
In general, I think it was a good choice. It was a bit atypical than normal studies because I started in 2020 when COVID broke out. So I started my studies isolated at home for 10 hours a day, just studying for my first subjects. I got to know many people with same interests as me, as interest in finance or interest in consulting, and also from other subjects, what I think is pretty good to broaden your perspective, you know. I think I love the University of Münster, I love the city. You have a lot of green spaces in the city.
As you shared, it was all a very positive experience. Was there like any moment that you felt like frustrated, or you felt like, I don't think this is right for me?
I definitely had that moments. Not every topic is the one for you. In Germany, it is when you do the bachelor's in business administration, you have a very broad field of study. So you do marketing, you do finance, you do management. For me, especially marketing was not an easy topic to get into. Finance was more easy for me because I like math. I got over it by thinking I just did what I can do best. I did everything I could. Try your best, and then you can be happy with yourself.
I think it's all started with the mindset and how we approach difficult times. I studied commercial business. Back then, commercial business was not very popular compared to international business. And so I remember that very clearly the first day when I was in my class and I heard all of my friends around me. It was the first day, I didn't know many of them. And I heard them say that the one who retained in this commercial class were the one who failed international business. But basically that is not true because commercial business was my choice. I made the choice for myself. So now you graduated and you also had some work experience. How do you think that what you studied contributed to your life or your work in general?
The studies definitely help to get a basic understanding of the economy, how finance works if you're interested in finance, how marketing technique works. All the models you learn in your studies, you really can only implement if you have some work experience. Only through work experience you can really find the field you want to.
3 years during your time studying business administrations, like what kind of subjects that you liked best and why?
My favorite subjects at that time were definitely introduction to business administration, like corporate finance, investing, and about like general market techniques. Or economic subjects like world economics and economics of countries, how they work, how they function.
Do you have any kind of imaginations or hope for the future? You know, after I graduate, I will do this, I will become this kind of person.
I wanted to always be an entrepreneur or be self-employed at least because I love the freedom. I also like when you have a big company that you're just able to, as a manager, move from different company locations. For example, working in a German company like Siemens, you don't have to know it when you're 18 years old what you want to do for the rest of your life. I mean, you can change anyway in your career, but you should have a general vision where you just have to think, where do I want to be in 10 years, and then how I get there.
What you've been doing in Vietnam? Because I heard you did an internship.
I did an internship, it's almost finished. I always wanted to go to Asia. This was the best opportunity at engineering and consulting company for the infrastructure sector, especially water and wastewater. I work as an intern at the consulting and engineering company, and I just support in project management, market analysis, how the market gives opportunities, what are risks. My plan right now is to start a master's degree in Germany or in a neighbor country of Germany for 1 to 2 years. The subject I chose for master is mainly management and finance. After that, we have to see. I'm interested in many jobs. I really like the finance sector with private equity and investing and stock market trading.
Do you think that you are now the same as you were back then, or a lot of things have changed since you started your university life?
Definitely my perspective of life changed and what I want to do. Because when I started business administration, I don't know all the opportunities that you have after you studied business administration, what you can do. I was always like, I don't really want to work a corporate job. But when you get to know the different kinds of jobs you can do in a corporate life, for example, sales, it really opens your perspective to what you can do, and then you can specialize in what you want to do. It doesn't really impact your career that much, and that in the end it depends on you what you can do to prosper your career.
There was a moment I felt like, oh, I don't belong to this major. But at the end, there's still something I love. For example, international marketing and studying about organizations. So that's what I love, and that's what kept me going. But if there is some sort of advice for especially high school students out there, specifically still feel a bit lost and don't know what exactly do they like?
Try out a lot. Because the perspective is always that you have to know exactly what you want to do very early. Try out new things, and when it comes to choosing the field of study, as I did, maybe choose something broad that directs you in the position where you want to be in 10 years. You don't have to stress yourself too much to get exactly that job, because in the end, if you do enough, it will lead you to that, or it will lead you to whatever you need to be and want to be. Now that you know how it works in Germany, you study 4 years in Vietnam, what is your perspective on the differences between studying in Germany and Vietnam?
The key difference between, study experience between Germany and Vietnam is about, I would say, the independence. Because in Vietnam, most students, when they are 18, they're still heavily influenced and sometimes pressured by their parents. That's something changing. I know it's changing in Vietnam. So
Okay.
I actually make a video about this. But there's the maturity of parents, they are still trying to forcing a little bit their kids to do what they want and not what the kids want. And they don't allow that freedom for kids to explore themselves. So that is something that I wish, Vietnamese people can learn from German people and change that, especially about education and freedom. Hi, so you've just heard career stories, navigate to success with Linh Dong, who's me, and Johannes, a German student who just finished internship in Vietnam in May 2024. There will be more upcoming videos in the future following the same concept, so please feel free to like, to support me, and hit the subscribe button. I aim to open a window for young people like you and me to see what's happening internationally in the career market. Through this window, you can learn how to orient yourself, understand the experiences you can gather, and navigate your own path to success. However, if the view from the window isn't enough for you and you're seeking to be as bold as my guest, Johannes, seeking his own door to success, then you can reach out to 𝐻𝐴n and express you for success, where you can be guided step by step towards scholarship applications, career orientations, and interview preparations in international settings. 𝐻𝐴n was my mentor and we had such a great ride crafting my applications this year. So that's it for today. This video was made in wonderful collaborations with 𝐗𝐩𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐔 team. Thus we share experiences and challenges of success to help you navigate and plan your own journey towards success. Goodbye, subscribe, and stay awesome.